The Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog has got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code HGP. Hello and welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast. I am your host, Ryan Gilbert, and I'm riding solo here for this Player Props edition of the Hockey Gambling Podcast here for Thursday, October 16th. If you're looking for our show that went over every game on Thursday's 11-game slate, make sure you check it out. Recorded that one with Joel on Wednesday. That one should already be in the podcast feed there. Go check that out. We had some some interesting takes on those games, so check that out. Some of the puck buck challenge there and whatnot. But I wanted to do more of this player prop stuff the day of. Only got so much 4 or 5 hours of shelf life here, but trying to get these in here in the early afternoon for you guys. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on YouTube. That's where we're going to be live. That's where it's going to get first and then uploaded to the podcast feed. So like and comment and subscribe there on YouTube, and also ring that bell so you know when we are going live. And make sure you also subscribe to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Leave us a 5-star rating and review. If you want Joel to read it, Joel can read it for you. He's more than happy to read a 5-star review for you. He would love to do that there. So yeah. And make sure you get in the Discord as well, sg.pn/Discord, and follow us on Twitter at HockeySGPN. We got an 11-game slate here tonight. I have at least a prop or two for most of them, so figured I'd be going through them. And, hopefully I haven't really bet any of these myself, but, going to go through them. You guys pick and choose which ones you like. If you're a fan of a certain team, if you like a certain angle or whatnot, you can take them, and hopefully this can help you guys out a little bit. So I'm going to get right into this here shortly. Let's just start it off here at 7 p.m. Got quite a few 7 p.m. games tonight. Starting things off with the Winnipeg Jets at the Philadelphia Flyers at 7 p.m. I only got one prop in this one. I'm seeing a low-scoring game. Connor Hellebuck, Sam Harrison. So I'm not really going to take too many props here, not too many shots on goal. Flyers still trying to figure out who's the shooter on each line. If anything, I'd take maybe Kyle Connor, shots on goal, but I don't want to take minus 170. The only thing I do have here for this game is Tyson Forster to get a point for the Flyers at plus 110. He was at plus 122 earlier when I took these notes. So that's come down a bit. He's playing on that line with Noah Cates and Bobby Brink. He's been fantastic to start the season. If you have a book where you have Cates and Brink, I'd do a line stack there with all three of them. They're also together on the power play, which is the second unit, but it gets just as much time as a top unit as the Flyers still try to figure things out here early in the season. So Tyson Forster, he's off to a hot start there at plus 110. I think that line is the only one consistently doing anything for the Flyers at 5-on-5. That's the only play I would go for in this game here, but that's the only game I think where there's only one thing that I have, and maybe I just don't want to be too overconfident in my Flyers here. But going to the Avalanche Blue Jackets game also at 7 p.m. Got quite a few things here, including one of my favorite bets on the board is Zach Werenski to have a shots on goal ladder here. Really, 4 shots on goal is plus 105, 5 is plus 230, and 6 is plus 500. If you want to go to 7, that's 800. If you want to go to 8, that's plus 900. He's had 5 shots on goal, 7 shots on goal, and 7 shots on goal in his 3 games so far on 12, 14, and 13 shot attempts. So double digit, at least a dozen shot attempts in each of his first 3 games. He's at home now. He's one of the key contributors there, Norris Trophy finalist last season. And the Avalanche, they allowed 4 shots on goal to Rasmus Dahlin against the Sabres, 2 to Thomas Harley in Dallas, and 5 to Mikhail Sergachev. So really like his Werenski play at 4+ there at plus odds. 3 plus minus 245, not too interested in, but if you want a parlay piece or you need an extra leg at minus 250 or better for some sort of boost, wouldn't hate that there. Also on the Columbus side of things, I am taking Voronkov to get a point. Where is that at? Dmitry Voronkov plus 120 to get a point. He's had a point in every game so far, 1, 2, and 1, and he had a point in his only game last season against the Avalanche there. So that's a plus odds, plus 120. Might be able to find plus 130 out there as well. That's a good look for the Blue Jackets. And then on the Avalanche side, you gotta go Nathan MacKinnon. Nathan MacKinnon to get 4 shots on goal is minus 165. It was minus 150. So far, he's had 2, 4, 4, and 5. And that's 13 shot attempts last game, 9 the game before. So he's going to be firing off there. And don't hate Nathan MacKinnon to get 2 points at plus 115. 2 points per game so far. Also, maybe look for a Marty Necas assist. Believe that's a decent look there at minus 110. He's playing a lot there with MacKinnon when he's minus 205 to get a point, but only minus 110 to get an assist. You got to look at those sometimes. But yeah, shots on goal for Werenski in this game, shots on goal for MacKinnon, and then a point for Voronkov. And yeah, seeing how in the chat here, let me know what you guys think in the chat, what picks you like. But Hal's saying I'm done with SOGs. I can't count how many times they take back a SOG. Super frustrating when you think you've won and they take it away. Yeah, that's one of the worst things about betting shots on goal is that with gambling going on everywhere now, they if a shot was not going to hit the net and the goalie stopped it, it's not a shot on goal. And I understand that's the letter of the law. You should not be padding these stats of these goalies, but I understand that it is extremely frustrating. You see, my player got his third or fourth shot on goal, and then you look and he is back down to 2. So don't count your eggs before they're hatched. There, don't count your shots until they're official. With all the shots on goal auditing going on around the league very closely nowadays. Okay, down to 7 o'clock again here with the Rangers and Maple Leafs. Got a few more shots on goal here. Just going with the shots on goal. I think this will be another low-scoring game. Should be Stolarz against Shesterkin, I believe. Even though there's a lot of backup goalies starting today. So let me just check the starting goalies real quick for this one. Yeah, Stolarz is confirmed. Shesterkin's probable. So I'm sticking with the shots on goal. We'll start right there with Austin Matthews. 5 plus is plus 160. 4 plus is minus 150. Was minus 135. Maybe you can shop around for that. Started the season with 1 shot on goal on 4 attempts. Then he had 6 on 12 attempts, 6 on 14 attempts, and 5 on 6 attempts. So no Mitch Marner. He got 2 goals last game for Matthews. He's going to be one to look at to fire the puck here. So against the Rangers, I think he can get up to 5 there at the plus money. If you want to take the 4 at minus 150 as a safer play, go right ahead. Over on the Rangers side of things, I do like 2 members of the top line, Mika Zibanejad and Alexis Lafreniere. So probably just take one of them. I don't know if both of them are going to possibly be able to hit, but Zibanejad 3 shots on goal minus 135 or 4 at plus 200. He's had 7, 1, 4, 7, and 3 in his 5 games so far, but 7 shot attempts last game when he only had 3 shots on goal. 5 or more shot attempts in all 4 out of 5 games to start the season. So I like that. And then Lafreniere is down here. 2 plus is just minus 175, but I like the 3 plus at plus 160. 6, 5, 1, 4, and 3 shots to begin the season on 6, 5, 3, 5, and 6 attempts. So last game, both Zibanejad and Lafreniere had 3. Game before that, it was 7 and 4. So they can both hit. And if you get both at a plus money, that could be a good look there. If you want to take 3 for Lafreniere at plus 160, and then 4 for Zibanejad at plus 200. But yeah, focusing on shots on goal in this Rangers Leafs game. Going to the Nashville Montreal game now. Don't have a ton here. I do like Zach Bolduc props. He's been playing pretty well up there in Montreal after the trade. I'm just taking him to have 3 shots on goal. You see here, well, it just went away. He had 2 shots on goal. They're taking the odds off the board, as we go there. So I don't know if there's been some sort of injury up there for Montreal where lines could be adjusted. But if Zach Bolduc comes back up, I got 3+ shots on goal at around plus 150. He's had 3, 4, 3, and 1 shots on goal so far this season on 5, 5, 5, and 1 attempt. So 5 shot attempts in 3 out of his first 4 games. There, he's back up there. So 3 is plus 155. If you want to go up to 4, it's a lot, but plus 400 could be an option there. But Bolduc 3 plus at plus 155, I think is a good piece there to include in a round robin, or include just as a single, as a shots on goal play. Okay, let's go to the Florida Panthers at the New Jersey Devils. Devils home opener against the Panthers on a back-to-back. Panthers coming off a loss in Detroit, having to travel to New Jersey. So targeting Timo Meier here for the Devils on shots on goal. 3 plus is at minus 145 up to minus 160 now. You gotta get these odds in early. I'll try to do earlier for you next time. Timo Meier 4 plus is plus 155. So far he's had 5, 3, and 3 shots on goal so far on 11, 4, and 7 attempts. So 3 is really the only way I would go. Minus 160 is getting up there a bit. So maybe do a 3 shots on goal plus a point. I do like him to score at plus 180 is out there, plus 165 here on DraftKings. He's scored in 2 straight games, and he scored in 1 of 3 games against the Panthers last season. Or you can just take him to get a point at minus 135. That's safer. Could get an assist there for the Devils. And on the Panthers side of things, I think the market hasn't adjusted yet for Brad Marchand being on the top line. He's at minus 140 to get a point. He has a point in all 4 games. So, he's been firing the puck too, I believe. So could be a shots on goal play, but I like Marchand to get a point. And then also Anton Lundell to get a point. He's a point per game player so far this season, a point in all 4 games this season, 2 against Ottawa, and he's plus 110 to get a point again. That line is always doing work. He's still on the 3rd line last I checked, so it should be a good chance there at plus 110, plus 115 around there as well. Okay, let's go one more 7 o'clock game here, I believe, with the Kraken and the Senators. And then we will get to a quick ad break. Let me pull those odds up here. Seattle at Ottawa. Ottawa coming off a bad loss in Buffalo, gave up 8 goals there. They've allowed 4, 6, 4, and 8 in their 4 games. And it's a back-to-back for them. Linus Ullmark is starting in net. And it's Philip Grubauer for the Kraken, which is not good for our Kraken picks from Wednesday's show. But targeting the Kraken for some points in this game and shots on goal, really. I like Jared McCann to get a point, minus 135. He has a goal in each game, a goal and an assist last game. So maybe take him to get a goal, a little sprinkle there at plus 235, plus 210 here at DraftKings. He also has 3 shots on goal in each game. He's minus 105 to get 3 shots on goal. I think McCann is one of their only offensive guys you can really count on. Jordan Eberle also pretty good there to get 2 shots on goal is around minus 135, minus 145. He has 2, 4, and 3 through 3 games on 4, 5, and 4 attempts. So he's shooting the puck a bit, hitting the net most of the time. So maybe take him to get 3 at plus 210, but the 2 at minus 145, I think, is the much better play there. And also the Senators have struggled against right wingers. Alex Tuch got 4 shots yesterday. Josh Doan 3. Jack Quinn 3 last game. So Eberle should be able to get 2, and that 3 might be worth it at plus 210. Just going to the blue line here. I like Vince Dunn to get 2 shots on goal. That's at minus 175, a bit juicy, but 4, 2, and 2 shots on goal, 6, 4, and 6 shot attempts. So he's been firing the puck. Also like Vince Dunn to get a point. He's had a point in every game so far, including 2 in their second game. He's playing on the first power play unit for the Kraken over Montour there. So, done to get a point at plus money or 2 shots on goal. A little juicy there. Could be both plays. And then Montour as well. 3+ shots on goal. Was even money. Now it's at minus 110. He's had 4, 3, and 3 so far this season on 4, 6, and 8 shot attempts. Last year against Ottawa, he had 4 shots on goal on 7 attempts and 5 SOGs on 13 attempts. And we've already seen Ottawa give up some shots to defensemen. Dahlin had 3, Yossi had 4, and Ekblad and Seth Jones both had 2 for the Panthers there. So like Montour, like Dunn, like Eberle, like McCann for the Kraken. And now that Grubauer is starting, might be worth looking at some Senators props as well. It's also worth checking out MyBookie. MyBookie is your place to bet on football and everything else. Their prop builder is second to none. Their motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. Easy deposit and lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN for a 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. And we're brought to you by Novig. Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. At Novig, you're getting the best prices. Going to have better prices here on all of these props. Definitely reduced juice there. Novig is available in 35 plus states. Download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5 when you use promo code SGPN. Get in on the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. Okay, here we are at 7:30 now. We got the Oilers and Islanders because the Islanders have to start at 7:30 because the Rangers play at 7. Islanders have not had a good start to this season, allowing 4, 4, and 5 goals so far. But their main storyline has been, rookie Matthew Schaefer, #1 overall pick. His Calder odds have dropped a bunch. He had 2 shots on goal in his debut, and then 8 shots on goal on 14 attempts and 4 shots on goal on 12 attempts. So this kid's just firing the puck at the net. Anyway, he gets the puck, he goes Danny DeVito. Anyway, I started blasting. He just shoots the puck. So love the Matthew Schaefer shots on goal ladder, as does Sean Marciano 7451 in the chat. Did the Schaefer ladder as well. You can get 2 at minus 200, 3 plus 155, 4 plus 400, 5 plus 800. Like he had 8, he had 4. So I think this is worth doing. 7, 28 to 1. He had 12 shot attempts, 14 shot attempts the game before. And Edmonton just allowed 4 to Adam Fox. So I like the Schaefer ladder, 3 and 4 at the very least. If you want to throw a small sprinkle up to 5, 6, 7, I would not hate that. And then on Edmonton side, let me just double check that the Oilers lines are what they are, because they got Draisaitl and McDavid split up. They have McDavid centering David Tomasek and Andrew Mangiapane. Mangiapane is the guy I will be targeting tonight. He's playing top line. He has a point in all 3 games so far, and I believe he is plus money to get a point again there at plus 105. McDavid is minus 550 to get a point, minus 125 to get 2. Unless both of them are on the power play or some sort of line change thing, you have to think Mangiapane has a decent chance of getting an assist, getting maybe a rebound goal there. So Mangiapane, anyone playing on the top line with McDavid at plus money, I think you have to take to get a point, especially when he got a point in all 3 games so far this season. Okay, down to 8 o'clock here. I got the Canucks at the Stars. This is the first meeting between these 2 teams since the Stars blew a 3-goal lead in the final minute late last season for Vancouver to win it. So Dallas is going to keep the pedal to the metal here against the Canucks, and they've already scored 5 goals in each of their first. I think they played 3 games, but that's still pretty impressive for them to score 5 goals 3 games in a row. Yeah, 15-10 is their goal differential. So just really targeting a bunch of different stars here for for points, assists, but going to start with shots on goal for Jason Robertson. 3+ is -160. That's gone up. 4+ +155. 5+ +360. He had 8 shots on goal on 9 attempts, 5 shots on goal on 9 attempts, and 3 shots on goal on 7 attempts in his 3 games so far. So love him to get at least 3. Would ladder that up to 5 if you're into doing that, maybe even more. Um, Also take him to have a goal at +150. He scored in the first 2 games before being held out of the net last game. And then also go score is Wyatt Johnston, our or Cowboy down there. He has a goal in all 3 games to start the season. I'm seeing here +160 at DraftKings, but I think he's +180, close to 2-1 at other books. So shop around there. And then let me go over to some assists that I like. Thomas Harley, he has an assist in all 3 games, 2 against Winnipeg. He had an assist in 2 of the 3 games against Vancouver last year. I think Heiskanen was missing for some of that time, but +120 for an assist. I like that quite a bit. He's already had an assist in all 3 games, as I mentioned. Also, Mikko Rantanen, assist -130, assist in all 3, had 2 against Winnipeg. He's -280 to get a point. So, around even money, +160 for 2. So Mikko might get the goal at +140, but I think he's much more likely for the assist at -130, as do the odds makers, obviously there. So Harley, Robertson, Mikko, and Wyatt Johnston are the 4 players I am targeting for the Stars there. Okay, let's get to the Penguins at the Kings now in the late slate here. This is going to be the old man game. I'm calling this. You got Kopitar and Doughty. You got Malkin and Crosby and Letang there. Bunch of just old guys trying to hang on. And I'm taking most of them. I'm taking Kopitar. He's -160 to get a point there, -165 or -110 for an assist. He has an assist in all 3 games so far, and had an assist in both games against the Penguins last season. So I like that a lot. -110 for the assist. Also, Drew Doughty assists +130. He has an assist in every game so far this season. And then one more Kings prop is going to be Adrian Kempe, 4+ shots on goal at +135. Started the season with 2 shots on goal. Kopitar is hurt and questionable for this game. I am pretty sure. I have to imagine he will be playing though. Game time decision. But if he plays, I do like that there. But yeah, Kopitar, that is something to keep in mind. Make sure he's going to be fully healthy and going for that one. But if he doesn't play, it'll be voided as long as he does not start the game there. But yeah, Kempe, 4+ shots on goal, has 2, 4, 6, and 5 in the 4 games so far. 13 shot attempts, 9 shot attempts the last 2 games. So I'm taking plus odds there at him getting 4 again. And then on the Penguin side of things, I'm going with both Crosby and Malkin to get an assist. Crosby is +105. Malkin is down here at +150. Crosby has 3 assists, 0-1, 0-2 so far, and also had an assist in both games against the Kings last year. Malkin has 2, 3, 0, and 1 assist so far. He's been an assist machine on that second line they got there, which is interesting. Him, Anthony Mantha, and Justin Brazeau, three big bodies there, just doing work on the second line, getting pucks to the net and putting pucks in the net. So that's my play for that Penguins Kings game there. And also going to have to throw it to let's do another game here. I'll do the ad break at the end. The next game is going to be the Bruins at the Golden Knights here. Huge favorite for the Knights are, but I don't know. The Bruins might be worth a little sprinkle. Swayman versus Akira Schmid is starting for the Golden Knights, but only have one Bruins player I'm looking at for a point, and that is Pavel Zacha. He is +100. He has a point in every game so far while playing on the second line and the top power play unit. Lindholm and Geeky are interesting at -125, -135 because they play up there with Pasta, who is -285 to get a point. Don't mind Pasta to get an assist at -120, but could see him just scoring. That's always tough there. So some kind of combination of that top line, maybe do a line stack with let me see what the odds would be for Lindholm and Geeky +132. I think I'd rather just pick one there and not have to worry about like Geeky scoring from Pasternak and Lindholm not getting an assist or all three there because they definitely come down a bit on the SGP line stacking calculations here. But then it's on the Vegas side of things, starting with my boy, Pavel Dorofeyev. He had a hat trick last year at home against Boston, also scored at TD Garden in Boston. Started this year with a hat trick, then scored in the next two. Did not score last game, but he's still firing the puck. 5 shot attempts last game, 7, 7, and 9. The two prior games for 5, 4, 3, and 1 shots on goal so far. So 3 shots on goal for Dorofeyev at -162, I think is a good look there. -170. Could potentially get 4 at +145, but my favorite play for him is the goal there at a +165, +140 here. I would definitely shop around for that one. Maybe Novig has a better price for you there. And then Jack Eichel, our boy here on the podcast, 2 points +125, has 4 points, 2 points, 1 point, and 2 points so far this season. Had 2 points in both meetings last year against the Bruins. If the Vegas is going to get their act together, it's going to be Eichel leading the way. Eichel's leading the way already. So if they're able to, get back to where they think they should be and not, playing kind of sloppily, I think so. Like Eichel there, and then you gotta look at what the Golden Knights lines are because I have been switching them up a bit. You got Barbashev, Eichel, Stone, then Dorofeyev, Hurdle, Marner. Stone's on that top line. That's all I need to hear. I'm taking Mark Stone to get an assist, -105. 2 assists is 5-1, and that's a sneaky play there. Mark Stone 2 assists. He had 2 assists in each of the first 2 games of the season, and then 1 assist in each of the past 2 games. So a nice mini step ladder for assists there from Mark Stone. Could do similar for Jack Eichel. Jack Eichel could end up passing the puck to Dorofeyev. Get 2 assists for 3-1 there. So look for Vegas's top guys. Basically, their top power play unit. Eichel, Stone, Dorofeyev, Marner, and Hurdle. The five forward unit there. Like that. Like that quite a bit for the Golden Knights. Okay, one more game here. The Hurricanes at the Ducks here. That one over to Thursday's game. Hurricanes Ducks. Carolina so far a 6-3 win, 4-3 overtime, and 5-1. So they've been playing some good Hurricanes hockey. The Ducks have been playing good as well. They've been playing good too. But I think the Hurricanes going into Anaheim, that's really the only way I can look. Carolina's just been so good at limiting shots against, limiting goals against. Even last game was against the Sharks, I believe. But Ducks here, Ducks have scored a bit. So maybe look around. Cutter Gauthier, I know, has been shooting the puck a bit, but I'm just focusing on a few Canes here. My favorite one is probably Jackson Blake. 3+ shots on goal for even money, 4 for +260, or 5 for +600. In his 3 games so far, he has 5 shots on goal, 6 shots on goal, and 4 shots on goal. His total shot attempts in those games are 6, 9, and 5. So I think you should easily get to 3 there. I'm not sure who he's. Let me look up real quick who he's playing with. He's playing with Stankoven and Taylor Hall. So yeah, he's the shooter on that line, and he's doing that so far. Take advantage of that while you can. You got Archie shouting up Beckett Seneca in the chat there. Yeah, take some Seneca props. Take some Ducks point stacks. I feel like are probably good. Underdog point stacks I think are pretty good, especially against a team like the Canes when they're not expecting too many goals there. So yeah, Jackson Blake, shots on goal. Leo Carlson too. Archie shouting out for a point in the chat. They've been all those young guys. I think Joel mentioned them all last night. They've all been gelling well there with Chris Kreider, some of the veterans in Anaheim. So yeah, Jackson Blake, probably one of my favorite plays for 3 or 4 shots on goal there. Also, I'm going to take him to get a point. He has a point in all 3 games so far. That's at plus money last time I checked, +105 there. Sticking with the Hurricanes and sticking with his line mate. I mentioned him, Taylor Hall, plus 120 to get a point, 2 points in the season opener, 1 point each of the past 2 games. And then I think they're both on neither of them are on the top power play unit, but top power play unit, Shane Gostisbehere to get a point is minus 120. 2 points in the season opener, 1 and 1 in the past 2 games. So I like that there against the Ducks. And finally, Sebastian Aho, I think one of the most underrated centers in the league because of the team he plays for, the market he plays in. Just doesn't put up a ton of points. To get an assist, minus 115. He has 4 assists in 3 games so far, an assist in every game to start the season. So going with those guys there for the Hurricanes. Okay, we are brought to you by Underdog. Underdog is a great place to play fantasy pick'em, where you can win up to 500 times your entry. Simply pick higher or lower on your favorite player stats. Available for a ton of sports, so maybe use some of these props on a pick'em entry. And Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code HGP. And of course, we are brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm is crushing it in college football and the NFL with picks and props. They're giving away cash prizes just for tracking your bets in the app. Track 5 bets of the same type from any model you build, and you can win $1,000. Use promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm and use promo code SGPN25. All right, that's the player props there I like for Thursday night. Also do like some game props, team shots on goal, stuff like that. Just going to run through them real quick. Kraken Senators, I like that game to have over 1.5 power play goals. Both of those teams have hit that in a few of their games this season, especially Ottawa. Ottawa's allowed 3 power play goals in 2 or more power play goals in 3 of their 4 games so far. Buffalo went 3 for 3, Florida went 3 for 5, and Tampa went 2 for 3. So Seattle is 2 for 9 for the year so far. I think that comes through for us. Avalanche, Blue Jackets, game total over 57.5 shots. This is going to be a high event game. Colorado had 37, 39 shots. Columbus had 40 shots in a game. They allowed 52. So going to be very high event hockey there in Columbus. Also, Rangers shots on goal team total over 28.5 against the Leafs. They're on the road, so they're going to be able to score. And the Leafs just allowed 30 shots to the Preds, 15 to the Red Wings before that, but 33 and 31 in their first 2 games. So I think the Rangers get to that 30 mark. But I don't think the Predators under 29.5 shots on goal as a team so far this season. They only reached that once or twice, but it's more about Montreal. Montreal allowed 22 in each of their past 2 games to Seattle and Chicago, held Toronto to 25, and it was only Detroit had 31. But Montreal won that game 5-1. So probably a bunch of score effects there. Predators don't think they get to 30 as a team. Islanders, though, over 28.5. They've been shooting the puck a lot. Edmonton has been allowing a decent amount of shots, and I think Edmonton goes up by 2 or 3, and the Islanders just get a bunch of score effect shots late in the game there for that one. Power play goals again there with the Penguins and Kings. I think that's really the only way we're going to see goals in that one. Pittsburgh has allowed 2 power play goals in their past 2 games. They've scored 2 power play goals in their one before that, and the Kings allowed 3 power play goals last game. They've allowed a power play goal in every game this season. They've scored in 3 out of 4, so I think we see some power play goals there in LA. And finally, Ducks under 25.5 team shots on goal against the Hurricanes. It's Carolina. They do not allow a lot of shots on goal. Sharks took 17, Flyers 23, and Devils 22 so far this season. Anaheim just took 22 at home against the Penguins, so see a low event game there. Okay, I think that's going to about do it here for the prop show. Hopefully you guys were able to listen to this before the games happened. And if you listen after, hopefully my picks weren't too bad there. Hopefully going to try to do more of this and schedule it out in advance so you guys have more notice. But on one of these big slates, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, I think it's worth getting out the prop show, or maybe even a Wednesday or Friday. We can go dive deeper into some of these when there's fewer games. But for that, make sure you subscribe to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on YouTube. Like, comment, let me know what you think, and give us ring that bell and subscribe on YouTube, and then on Apple Podcasts, leave us a 5-star rating and review. Same thing on Spotify. Follow on Twitter at SGPN. Discord, sg.pn/Discord. And I am Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop. See ya.